So today we're going to make a 16 patch quilt block. Now to begin with, we're going to start with some strips. So for this quilt block, I am making it to be an 8-inch finished size. So I'm going to be cutting some strips that are 2.5 inches. Now I'm just using a layer cake, a stack of layer cakes right here for my stack for this example, but you can use any fabric that you have. And what you're going to want to do is just lay it out the pieces in an order that you like. So you can swap things around however you like. And then you're going to sew them together with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So you will have a block like this. So once you do that, go ahead and we're going to press all the seams in the same direction. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our block and we're going to cut it this way into 2.5 inch strips again. So I'm just going to trim off the end just so it's perfectly straight. And then I will cut this into 2.5 inch strips. Now if you had longer strips, you could get quite a few more. I found that with a 10-inch square, I can get 3 easily. The 4th one is close, but it's not quite long enough if I want to keep things perfectly square. So I usually, that's a bit of a waste. If you had like 11-inch long strips, that would probably be a lot better. Anyway, so then you're going to have these, and to make your 16 patch, you're going to have several different sets. So I have different ones that I've previously made, and this is the same set, but if you flip it, then it can look different. So once you've got them in an order that you like, you are going to want to make sure that your seams can nest, which basically means that the seams point one direction on one strip and the other way on another strip. And depending on which way they go will affect that. But I might like it to sit like this and not like that, since that's the same as that one. So I may have to press the seams the opposite way that I did originally. And there's not really a way to know beforehand unless you make a plan of how you want them to be. Like I'm just kind of going random on this. So just make sure that your seams are facing opposite directions, and that will help you to get your seams lined up perfectly as you're sewing them. So after you've sewn all your strips together, then you'll have your block. So you've got 16 different little patches in the block. And then I just like to go ahead and press all the seams to one side on the back to help it just lay nice and flat. And so this is 8.5 by 8.5, and then once you sew it into your quilt, it will be an 8-inch block. So I'm going to put on my website, I will put a little printable that can help you determine the size of strips you need for a different size block. But that's how you make it. They're pretty simple.